Hey guys! Welcome back to another episode! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this topic because as a Leo person, I love love. And today, it's all about my love life. Ano ba? Kinikilig ako. So, yung topic natin today is about sa boyfriend ko. Paano ko siya na-meet? And ano ba yung mga realizations ko? Kasi ang dami kong na-realize. Tsaka i-share ko na din yung dating history ko dito sa UK. Okay, I've been here for 7 years now. So, I think nakita nyo na yung boyfriend ko. Sometimes nasa vlogs ko siya. Like, very introvert siya. Very private person. Ayaw talaga niya ng videos. Ayaw niya na may camera sa mukha niya. Pero, I asked him naman kung okay lang sa kanya na mag-show siya sa vlog. So, sabi niya okay lang. Basta lang hindi ma-capture na nagsasalita siya sa video. Basta hindi siya yung focus, ganun. Anyway, paano ko ba na-meet yung boyfriend ko? Na-meet ko siya sa online. So, I was using Hinge app. I've been using it ever since I arrived in the UK. I tried Tinder and I tried Bumble. But yung Tinder is more on those people na hindi naman masyadong seryoso. They just want to have fun. Yung Bumble naman, dapat yung babae yung unang magme-message. Tapos, ang sakit lang minsan yung magme-message ka tapos hindi ka re-replyan. I don't like that. Charot. Mas gusto ko yung Hinge kasi yung parang minsan minamatch niya kung ano yung gusto mo. For example, nagla-like ka ng mga lalaki na gusto mo yung profile nila. Tapos parang napipick up yun ng algorithm nila na parang yung ipapakita sa'yo is that kind of person. Pinaka-first kong na-meet is actually a Romanian guy. A very respectful guy. Hindi naman yun nag-progress. Tapos may na-meet akong police officer na Polish. Cute naman din yun. Kahit nakalimutan ko na mukha niya, pero at that time, parang feeling ko cute siya. Pero again, hindi din nag-progress. Parang first few dates lang, tapos hindi na nag-workout. Until may na-meet ako na parang medyo seryoso. British guy siya, na stable na siya sa life niya talaga. Meron siya mga properties, may sasakyan. Pwede na talaga siya. Kaya lang at that time, gusto ko talagang makahanap ng someone who would have a family with me. At that time na we talk about kids and he said no, para akong natapunan ng malamig na tubig. Like, psh! Nag-freeze ako na I didn't know what to say. I always wanted to be a mom kasi I feel like I can be a nurturing mom. Feeling ko lang. Kaya yun, nakipaghiwalay ako sa kanya. And then, parang nagkabalikan lang din. But, COVID happened. Parang nabuang siya. Na-paranoid siya eh. Yung COVID, nasa China pa yun. Wala pa sa UK. Pero parang naluloka na siya. Madami na siyang kinakausap na scientist sa China or something. Parang ayoko ng ganun. Kaya, hindi na kami nagkita. Bumalik na naman ako ng online dating. May na-meet akong British guy naman from Liverpool. He was good. He's an accountant. Ang cute niya. Kasi yung first date namin, nagdala talaga siya ng flowers. And I really appreciate that. Sino pa ba ngayon yung magbibigay ng flowers on the first date? Anyway, parang okay kami nun eh. Parang feeling ko magde-date talaga kami nun. And then, the second wave of COVID happened again. Kailangan niyang bumalik sa Liverpool. Nagkaka-text-text na lang kami nun until ginost na niya ako. 2 years after COVID, dun ko na na-meet yung boyfriend ko na Pilipino. Nag-meet kami sa kasal ng friend ko. Parang mabilis yun eh. I think after 4 months, we lived together na. 7 months siguro kami dun sa bahay na yun na linipatan namin. But we have to move out kasi medyo mahal. Medyo shaky yung relationship namin. Para kaming on and off. At the time, I was insecure, very dramatic. Sometimes wala akong control sa emotions ko. Very anxious ako. Pag hindi siya nakaka-reply, tatawag ako na ilang beses, magte-text, maluloka, parang ganun. And I'm sure hindi lang ako yung ganito. Ang daming mga ganito, especially those who have anxious attachment style. I was doing codependency. Pag nagkakajowa ako, I could give up everything just to focus on the boyfriend. Revolve myself around this person. Kasi nga, love is love. And with a lot of broken people, this is how they love. But anyway, that's a different topic. So, we would always have a serious fight. And then, kasi ako, very dramatic. I would say, ayoko lang! Walay na tayo! And then, pagka next day, okay na kami. Balikan na naman kami. After a year of dating, parang sabi ko, hopefully, sana magkaanak naman tayo after 2 years. I was like trying to check kung ano ba yung future namin together. Kasi hindi naman namin masyadong napapag-usapan. Until like after 1 year and a half, nag-message na lang siya sa akin, breaking up with me. Sa text, di man lang tawag. But like the next day, we were planning to play tennis together, na alam mo, yung parang okay kami at that time. And then, bigla na lang magte-text siya na parang, I feel like you deserve someone better. It's not you, it's me. Ganon na peg. I was so heartbroken. Nag-search ako online, sabi ko, bakit I'm always having a failed relationship? Tapos may lumabas na libro. Doon ko na nalaman na parang wounded pala ako as a child and all that. I have a vlog about my self-therapy, guys. I would just link it down below. Maybe next time I can do another vlog about it. So, yun na nga, naghiwalay na kami. And 1 month talaga akong sa bahay lang. Iiyak lang talaga ako. Actually, naka-help yun. Na iniyak ko lang siya, in-embrace ko yung pain for a month. Then after, may nagustuhan akong Pilipino na friend of a friend. I don't know why I liked him. Hindi naman siya kapugian. Every day, we were texting. So, I thought there was a thing between us. I was getting confused. Parang sabi ko, may gusto ba siya sa akin or wala? Inamin ko sa kanya and then he said na, I feel like you are too much for me. Medyo nasaktan ako, but knowing the things that I know now, parang na-realize ko na I think he's got a point. At the time, I was just getting out of a heartbreak. And then, I'm trying to put all my energy onto someone else. I was still in a defensive kind of mode na. Kasi yung ex-boyfriend ko yung nagpag-iwalay sa akin. So, I feel like I am so defensive at that time na my energy is so papansin. And so, ayun, hindi nag-workout dun sa Pilipino. And a second heartbreak. And dun na talaga ako nag-start na mag-focus na lang sa sarili ko. Nag-self-therapy ako. And I did what made me happy, like traveling, sports. Sinabi ko na sa sarili ko na parang okay lang na wala akong boyfriend. I think I'll be okay. Kasi okay naman, masaya naman ako. After 2 years, parang gusto ko din makipag-usap sa mga peoples. Ayun, bumalik ako sa Hinge app. Madami din akong na-meet doon. Merong isa na first meeting, tapos gusto niya, oy, kiss naman tayo. Sabi niya, kiss tayo. Sabi ko, I don't kiss on the first date. Although parang okay naman siya, kaya lang parang ipipilit niya talaga, kiss, kiss, kiss. Wala talaga, hindi niya nakuha yung kiss. Kasi ang weird. Kaya first date lang yun. Eventually, may na-meet akong okay. British siya, tapos very smart kasi galing siya ng grammar school. Kaya lang, after talking for a bit, parang hindi siya happy sa work niya. 4 months pa lang siya sa bago niyang trabaho. Gusto niyang maglipat ng ibang trabaho. He's got a good trabaho naman and he's got good salary. Kaya lang, the fact na parang hindi siya masyadong stable on how he feels about his job, then it's like a red flag for me. Hindi na ako nakipag-meet sa kanya. But actually, he was a really good guy. Kaya lang, hindi siya for me. One thing that I realized that I changed about myself is I don't look at the potential. Kung ano yung nakikita mo ngayon, take it as it is. Focus on the actual person, ano yung status niya ngayon. Yan ang pagbabasehan mo. They said that women date thinking that the guy would change, but men date thinking that the woman would not change. At ano yung nangyayari sa relationship, nag-iiba. Like, women change for the guy, and then the man doesn't change at all. And then after that, December last year, doon ko na na-meet yung current boyfriend ko. Ang sa profile niya, parang okay siya. Blue eyes. Hindi naman talaga ako naghahanap ng blue eyes. Kahit anong lahi lang naman. Basta mabait at saka pasado sa standards ko. Yung height niya sa profile niya is 6'2". Natakot ako. Sobrang tangkad niya. 5 feet lang ako. Parang ang awkward naman ng height difference. Pero, nakikita ko sa pictures niya na para siyang genuine. Parang mabait siya. Parang respectful. Nagka-text-text na kami. Sabi nga niya nung first na baka naman pwede tayong mag-dinner together. Tapos sabi ko, baka naman coffee muna. I would always want to have coffee first. Para makita ko yung tao kung ano siya. Para wala akong guilt na mararamdaman. You know, na ay, siya yung gumastos ng dinner ko. Kailangan ko siyang pansinin. Pero, hindi muna kami nag-meet kasi sabi ko, ay, pupunta pa pala ako ng Christmas markets next week. May mga vlogs ako about it sa English channel ko. Pumunta ako ng Basel, Switzerland at saka nag-Christmas market ako sa Colmar at saka sa Strasbourg. Nag-solo travel ako doon. And then, sabi ko sa text na, sana naman pagbalik ko, nandyan ka pa rin. Kasi ang dami sa online na parang madedelay lang ng 1 week tas nawawalan na sila ng energy. And hindi kami nagkaka-text everyday ha. Kasi ayoko. Kasi, minsan, pag palagi kayo nagte-text at nag-uusap kayo ng deep conversation sa text, you create an image of that person na pwede namang hindi totoo. Baka ma-frustrate ka lang pag magkita kayo tapos hindi pala siya ganun. Gusto ko kung may deep conversation in person. Kaya sinave ko yon yung mga deep conversation. Hindi ako nagtanong about saan ka galing. I didn't know that he was British. Yung itsura niya para siyang from Poland. Hindi kami nag-usap sa phone kaya hindi ko talaga alam kung ano yung lahi niya. And then, pagbalik ko na after ng travel ko, sabi ko, nandyan ka pa ba? Baka pwede natin i-continue. Napapansin ko sa text niya, ang respectful niya. parang okay siya nakausap. Kakaiba sa mga ibang nakakausap ko sa text. Hanggang sa nagkita na kami finally. Tapos nag-heels ako kasi alam ko matangkad siya. Tapos siya naka-flat shoes. Nung parang nakita ko siya, parang komportable ako. Yung parang walang butterflies in the stomach. At saka sabi nila, okay daw yun. Kasi yung butterflies na yan, it's your body telling you na this is the wrong person. Pero ayun, kalmado. I felt safe. I felt like I could be myself. Tapos, nung na-meet ko siya, tas nagkakausap na kami, I was like, check. Alam mo yun, yung mga, parang interview yun na parang, ano yung trabaho mo? Ano yung ano? Parang na-tick lahat. Tapos nag-meet na naman kami the second date the next week. Medyo kakaiba yung second date kasi medyo kabado siya. Yung parang, alam mo yung parang nerdy guys na nakabado pag nandyan yung crush nila na parang trying hard. Alam mo yung ganun. Tapos ako naman, nag-flat shoes lang ako kasi ayoko na nga mag-high heels. Tapos siya, kasi winter yun, so malamig. Yung ginamit niyang sapatos is ganun yung platform para hindi lumamig yung paa. So medyo matangkad pa siya kaysa sa height niya. Tapos ako, naka-flat. Kaya yung height difference namin, it was very obvious. At saka medyo awkward for me. Kasi sobrang, ang tangkad niya, para siyang giant. I felt so small with him. Tapos hanggang holding hands kami. Tapos parang ganun yung hawak ko. Naisip ko, i-date ko ba siya? Parang medyo bothered ako sa height difference namin Okay lang naman yun na you will have second thoughts. It's good to ask yourself about how you feel about this situation. And for me, physical stuff, hindi naman siya masyadong sa akin. It's the way he treats me, his values, and all the standards that I have. Kung pasado siya doon, okay lang. So, ayun, kahit nag-doubt ako i-date ko ba to? So, binigyan ko pa rin ng chance. Nagkita kami ng third date. Doon na sa third date, nakasigurado na ako na parang, ay, gusto ko yung lalaking to. Kasi, parang feeling ko nag-align yung mga values namin. Tsaka, hindi siya yung type na ma-party. Gusto ko yung ganun kasi medyo introvert, nerdy guy. And then, ayun na, madami na yung dates. We're just liking each other each and every time. Every time, after 1 month, nag-decide kaming mag-travel together in Alicante for a few days. By the way, hindi siya nagka-jowa for 5 years before me. At ako yung pinaka-first talaga na tao na na-meet niya sa online dating app. Because hindi talaga siya ma-travel, at saka only child siya. Gusto ng mama niya ma-meet ako para naman they can put a face on the name. Palagi niya akong ini-story sa parents niya na si Emma. And then, of course, parang blinded sila kung ano bang itsura ng Emma na to. Sa picture, iba lang naman yun. So, parang mas gusto nila in person. 1 month pa lang kami, nagpakita na ako sa parents niya. Pumunta kami sa bahay nila. Parang chit-chat lang, para makita lang, hi, hello, ganon. Uncomfortable ako kasi all British family sila. Yung boyfriend ko, hindi pa siya nagka-jowa ng ibang lahi aside from me. Lahat ng mga ex niya, mga British. Ako, I was so careful of what to say and they were very careful as well of what to say. Anyway, eventually, nag-birthday siya nung October. Nag-dinner kami dun sa bahay ng parents niya. Nung time na yun, parang na-feel ko na mas komportable na ako sa parents niya. And I'm really hoping na siya na talaga. Pero, hindi talaga natin masisigurado yung future. Kaya, wag na lang natin masyadong problemahin yung future. All I can say is currently, at this moment, at this point, I am happy. We've been dating for more than 10 months now. Magwa 1 year na kami. Ibang-iba na talaga ako ngayon magmahal. Before, alam mo yung parang i-give up ko lahat para sa lalaki. But now, I still have my own identity na I still have my hobbies. Sobrang busy ko nga I get to meet with my boyfriend once a week. And I feel like if we meet more than that, wala na akong time sa sarili ko at sa hobbies ko. Kaya sinabi ko yun sa kanya, sabi ko na parang hindi ko kaya yung more than once a week tayo magkikita kasi ang dami kong hobbies. Tsaka naintindihan naman niya. Hopefully, in the future, we can live together. Kaya lang ngayon, hindi pa pwede. And it's okay kasi at least I can still focus on myself, on my business. Ang saya lang nung ganun na kind of relationship na you still have your own things going on. Like, you are loving yourself and at the same time, you are loving someone else. Kasi yung iba, like, you pour all your love to someone else. Wala nang natitira sa'yo, which is not very healthy. Hindi naman perfect yung relationship. Meron namang mga bagay na hindi ko gusto. For example, maarte siya sa pagkain and I think that's a British thing as well. Madami siyang hindi kinakain. Tomato, seafood, mga mani or nuts. Hindi siya nagkakape, hindi siya nagtiti, any hot drinks, hot soup. Basta ang dami. Pero okay lang yan. I could take that. And also, yung isa ko lang, Scorpio. Yung ex ko kasi Scorpio, so feeling ko, it was a training for me para maging okay yung relationship namin sa Scorpio ko na boyfriend ngayon. They're very private people. Parang hindi sila komportable masyado of putting themselves out there. Parang guarded sila. They are very careful of who to trust. And I'm a typical Leo na papansin, na open book, ganun. Sabi niya, gagawin daw niya lahat, wag lang mag-TikTok with me. Knowing that he's a Scorpio, hindi ko na pinilit. I think it doesn't really matter what's your zodiac sign is. What really matters the most is how willing are you to actually adapt to each other and accept each other. You can always accept each other if you just breathe in, breathe out, and then just let it go. Kung hindi naman siya something that is very important to you, kailangan mo lang siyang i-let go and to accept the other person. That's where respect comes in. Kung nag-aaway man kami, it's still a very respectful conversation. I'm trying to learn how to communicate better my feelings. May mga libro akong nabasa before about this as well. It's always good to have this conversation na you focus on how you feel instead of like, you are this and you are that. Pag bliname mo na kasi sila and para ka nang nagsabi na, ganito ka kasi, automatically, parang mag-close, magsha-shut yung listening nila, hindi na makikinig. Hindi lang to applicable sa relationship, but it's also applicable with katrabaho mo or sa friends mo. In general, about love life, what I can suggest is to focus more on yourself and to really fill yourself with love, yung actual self-love. Before I did my self-therapy, I didn't know that I was broken. I didn't know na wala pala akong self-love. Akala ko meron akong self-love kasi nagpapaganda ako and everything. Naka-makeup ako and all that. And I'm saying, I'm so pretty. I'm so self-loving. Pero hindi talaga yun. Kasi yung totoong self-love talaga is yung hindi ka nagde-depend sa material na bagay. Yung hindi mo kailangan gumastos. You just have to be kinder to yourself and to put boundaries talaga sa sarili mo. And you should always ask yourself kung okay lang ba sa'yo. For example, yung friend mo mag-i-invite sa'yo to go out and do this, ask for a favor, always ask yourself because the priority is yourself. And you ask yourself, okay lang ba sa akin? Taos puso ko bang ibibigay tong favor na to or napipilitan lang ako? If the answer is napipilitan ka lang or meron ka talagang ibang kailangan gawin, then say no. And the more you are kind to yourself, the more love you can give to yourself. And the more love you have, the healthier you are with loving someone else. Kung ano yung insecurity mo, you work on that. And then, pag na-work mo na yung kung ano yung kulang sa'yo, then you will be able to be in a relationship where hindi ka naaasa sa taong yun na i-feel nila yung kulang sa'yo. Kasi buo ka na eh. Naalala ko before, yung ex-boyfriend ko sabi niya, ginagawa naman niya yung best niya, pero parang kulang pa rin. And that's because may kulang sa akin at I'm trying to force it from someone else na ibigay niya sa akin yung kulang na yon, which is hindi naman nila maibibigay, di ba? Kaya dapat yun ang target na maging buo ka sa sarili mo, magmahal ka sa sarili mo, and then kung sino yung darating, it's just a bonus. And I feel like if you are just going through a breakup, parang mas okay na iaano mo talaga yung pain. Like, you will embrace the pain. Don't try to fight it. Let it hurt you. Huwag mong pigilan ng sakit. Just cry it out. Embrace the pain. And then, may time talaga na mapapagod ka na lang. Nasasabihin mo na parang tama na, okay na. Naiyak ko na lahat. So, ayun, hindi naman ako masyadong expert. Pero parang sinishare ko lang kung ano yung na-learn ko from the books that I have read. Yung journey ko about this thing called life. Ano pa ba ang masishare ko about sa aking love life? I think that's it, guys. Comment down below kung anong masasabi nyo. May point ba ito or wala? Ano yung experience nyo, guys? Or kung ano yung gusto nyong itopic ko next time. Para naman meron tayong pang content. So, yun lang guys. Thank you so much. Bibisitahin ako ng boyfriend ko dito kasi I'm not feeling very well. Kaya, siya na lang ang magdadrive papunta dito sa flat ko. And then, we're just gonna hang out. Hindi na nga kami nag-meet last week kasi sinipon ako and stuff. Sabi ko sa kanya, wag muna tayong mag-meet kasi may sakit ako. Ayoko siyang magkasakit because of me. Especially may a-attendan siyang mga event and stuff. So, ayun, hindi kami nag-meet. Tapos ngayon sabi niya, parang, bahala na kung magkasakit daw siya. Basta pupunta siya. Ano ba? Ang clingy niya. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope I will see you on the next episode. Bye! Mwah!